Today is April 25th, and welcome to this tour of Praise Harvest. Last year, we grew 7,000 pounds of vegetables at Praise Harvest. 3,800 pounds of that was greens. This year, we're going to try to hit the 4,000 pound mark for greens, and we'll see what else we get on top of that. Alright, so here we are at Praise Harvest, and this is our cover crop. As you can see, we have some crimson clover. It's gorgeous. I have some cut off and stuck in a vase in my house because I think it looks so cool. Yesterday we cut off a bunch of this winter rye. We're going to try to plant tomatoes maybe directly into this and then use the down green manure as cover to keep the weeds down. We'll see. It's kind of an experiment, so that'll be fun. So this part of the lot will be mostly, we'll probably have like 5 rows of tomatoes, and then we'll have some peppers, some eggplant. I think that's basically it for this lot. Okay, so now we're going to show you over, this is behind the house that I live in, and as you can see, John and David and Isaac are working on planting mustard greens on the side yard to help us meet that 4,000 pound mark. So let's go over. As you can see right here, we have more ground that we're prepping. Earlier this spring in March, we took a sod cutter and cut off all the sod, and we rolled it up. And now we got a bunch of compost from a local farmer, and we've been spreading that. And we're going to till that up, and this will be more greens, maybe some flowers in front, but most of that will be greens for the farm stand. So let's go over this way. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey. Can one of you explain to us what you're planting and how this planting system works?
Yeah. We are planting mustard greens right now, and we have this awesome tray that was covered in mustard greens, all connected going zigzag. And we just pull it out and line it up on the row and then bury it like John and Isaac are doing right now. We're always experimenting, trying different stuff. So far, I think this is our high, but who knows?
Who knows to what heights we will rise?
Next year, yeah. Maybe we'll have animals planting for us.
Ooh, that's a good. Crows are pretty smart. I've heard crows are pretty smart. We should train crows to do this.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Thank you. Thanks, David.
You're welcome.
You guys keep up the good work. It looks awesome.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to the backyard of my house. Here's a pecan tree. Does anyone want a pecan tree? I'll send it up to you. This is a patented planting system. Not my patent. Okay, so this lot is kind of a mess, as you can see, because we just did a bunch of different things. We dumped a bunch of leaves here last fall after our rake and bake, and then we planted some cover crops. We got crimson clover and winter rye again. And this lot, we're giving it a break for the greens because we had some greens disease problems. So we are going to plant some new stuff here, which will be really fun. We're going to do potatoes, right, and this kind of do a wood chip system and try planting potatoes directly into these wood chips. Here's sort of the outside part of the greens assembly line. One of the things we have to do for greens, especially turnips and mustard, is keep them going. We got to replant them every like 3-4 weeks. So we kind of have this system where we start greens in the basement. We have these flats, these paper pot flats, and we seed them inside by hand very inefficiently. There'll be room for improvement. And then after about 2 weeks, downstairs in my basement where they're under grow lights, we bring them up and we just set them out here. And this is where the guys or anyone who's planting, whoever's helping with the farm, we can plant those directly into the ground. So that's kind of our greens. That's mostly turnip and mustard greens. All right, let's go this way. Now we're going to head over to the east side of the main Praise Harvest lot. All right, here's the garlic. Woohoo! This is fun because we have garlic that was given to us from multiple locations. I think maybe we'll pull one up and just see. We're going to pull this one up. There we go. All right, so it's still pretty small. So most of the people I've talked to say late June is when the garlic will be done. So that sounds, it looks very, very nice, but clearly hasn't really started to bulb out yet. I wonder if that tastes, it probably tastes okay. It looks kind of like a leek. And here we have the compost pile. And this is really Dan Sullivan's empire, compost empire. He comes probably once every week or two and flips it over, and we've actually started, I feel like we're actually finally getting better at it and getting more organized. I mean, that looks pretty nice, I think. It smells good too. This is carrots, which are notoriously hard to weed because carrots don't have big leaves, so the weeds just pop up. So this will be some work to weed, but it's fun to have carrots. They add some cool color to the farm stand. These are the plums. These are John Earhart's bailiwick, as you might say. I think you can see if you zoom on the little teeny plums. Looking really nice, and they flower. They're really pretty in the spring. All right, now shout out to Nova for what isn't there, which is a tree. So there used to be a, what was it, a hackberry tree? Is that what it was? Hackberry. And these, this will be Swiss chard and perpetual spinach, and I think they're going to grow a lot better now that that tree is gone. So thanks, Nova, for taking the tree down. Now we're going to go to the backyard of the Halavadis. This is the coolest backyard. I recommend this to anyone. Way cooler than grass. So this is what David, John, and Isaac have been working on for the past couple weeks. This is kind of the first lot where we've been planting greens. As you can easily tell, clearly these are turnip greens. The ones in the middle are mustard greens, and the ones at the end are turnip greens. Man, we might get half of that 4,000 pounds just off this lot if things go well and we don't get any weird disease and bug problems. So, all right, now we will keep moving to the middle lot next to the chicken coop. So this is a place we're going to plant, actually we're going to plant beans, black-eyed peas, which will be a new project. That'll be fun. We've got some feedback from neighbors at the farm stand that black-eyed peas would be a good thing to try, so we're going to do that. And then we'll do okra here. That is what we're going to plant here. See the chickens. And then we'll go back on the other side of 1219 to sort of the last lot that we're growing stuff on, which is behind the Earhart's house, and we're going to grow some greens there. So. So this is one of the first places that we planted this year. We have collard greens that are just looking beautiful. We have cabbage, and then some really small collard greens. So we get a lot of our greens and a lot of our plants from Richard Ritter, and he starts the plants in like January in his greenhouse in a farm about 45 minutes north of Evansville. And that allows us to get a jump on the season for a lot of these plants, especially for tomatoes and peppers that really like the warm weather, as opposed to starting them from seed late in the spring. We get them as full-grown plants from him, and it's hundreds of tomato plants, hundreds of pepper plants. So that's a huge help for Praise Harvest.